pioneer covered wagon.
You are like a pioneer. You're a Sooner coming to settle the land. Hi everyone, Alex at Corumdale Farm. So today we are installing 2 cattle panel trellises for vertical gardening. So I thought I'd make a quick video here about what we're using and how we're installing it. It is so fast, so simple, and really cost effective compared to buying a fancier arch like a rose arch trellis with the materials we're going to use. So I'll walk you through what my husband Eric is about to do in installing one, and we'll show you the finished product at the end and talk about what I'm going to grow on them, but also other options that you have if you'd like to grow something different.
I got more ropes, retractable lashing straps,
ratchet straps, 2 of them. And why?
Because this thing is loaded spring.
Yeah.
First time we did this, it was you and me fighting to push against each other, which was
horrific.
Not a funny experience.
Use the straps. It is less dangerous.
Helps it bend its form. And then you just need somebody to just keep it balanced. I'll probably will sit here.
Nice.
And then we're going to put the T-posts in, and then we place it.
All right, let's get the T-posts. Okay, so we bought 5-foot T-posts. You can get them at Tractor Supply, even Lowe's, but Tractor Supply was pretty cheap. We're going to be using 4 of them to affix the trellis, the arch. We also did this by hand last time, and we learned it was worthwhile to invest in a post driver. So that will make it fast work. Last time we used an axe, which I don't recommend.
That's all we had.
You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
Can you even do this yourself?
Yeah, we did.
Hold on, let me get them started a little. Gonna do some swimming. What was his name? Michael Phelps?
Yeah.
Moved half. There you go. There you go.
I don't punch myself in the face. I'm tired. That went a lot faster than me.
This is the tricky side. Nice, tall strokes.
Nice. Ugh. Yours sounds so much more violent.
Okay. 4 vertical-ish posts here.
Oh.
So a bit of, we did this one side at a time. Okay.
Okay, so we snaked it in between the T-posts and the board. So there's tension already from the T-posts holding it in place. So we can take off the straps here in a minute because it's not going to fly open and whack us. And then we have little metal brackets I'll show here in a second that will help attach the T-post to the panel itself for extra holding security.
Last time we used zip ties because they didn't give us these binding clips.
So we're really improving the operation this time around.
Every little baby steps forward. No more zip ties.
No more zip ties.
These are the official T-post binding clips. Probably barbed wire usually, since we're in cattle country. But we'll see how they go on. Pretty straightforward. To bind things.
What tool are you using?
My hands.
Oh, your hands. You're going to bend metal with your hands.
Exactly. This one's a little tricky since it's so close to the edge. Basically, you just put the small side on.
Small side on.
And then this long side is meant to be shimmied around with a probably a better tool than this.
Use what you have.
Kind of grab a loop.
Oh, cool.
And then just kind of fold it in so it doesn't come off.
All right, it's not going anywhere, even with our Oklahoma winds.
These little nubs on the edge of the cattle panel.
Bring it on.
With this.
Bring it on, winds.
And I'll put 4 on each side. It's good though to pick a place below and nub on the actual T-post, because without that it wouldn't necessarily secure as well. Just take it and pull it around. Whatever it takes to secure it. There we go.
There we go.
Even with 1, that's probably enough.
Nice. All right, are we set? Wiggle it. Move it around. It's not going anywhere. And how tall are you?
6'5".
6'5", so it's about 7 feet. So our materials were a cattle panel. Technically we used a hog panel. I'll show a picture of it on the screen. The reason we used that is its width, or I guess technically its height, was 34 inches, which is exactly what my boxes were, and we didn't want to have to do any cuts. And then it's 16 feet long. So when we bent it, as you just saw, it is about 7 feet high, so really great clearance for growing things. You can get a true cattle panel, which is what it's called, instead of a hog panel. And it is, I think, it's 50 inches and then about 16 feet. So if you have a much wider space, cattle panel instead of a hog panel would be a good choice. This was probably $25. Then we had 4 T-posts, which were about $4 each, plus the metal brackets that came with it. And we ended up using a pole T-post driver, but if you don't have one, you can wing it like we did. And that is what? I can't do math. That's like for $50, you can get a vertical growing trellis arch in your garden, which just adds more growing space for you to grow in. So for my trellis, I am going to grow long beans, pole beans on mine, because one, I think it would look really pretty to have it completely covered and have a cozy little walkthrough, especially for my kids. But also we will eat the beans as well. So I'm going to do Kentucky beans and purple beans that I'm going to plant today. But you could do cucumbers, squash. Last year I grew those mini jack little pumpkins, which were great because they didn't get too heavy. You could do cantaloupe, you could do small watermelon. What else? You could do a cherry tomato. Wouldn't necessarily get all the way to the top, but this allows you to grow vertically, to grow up instead of out, especially if you're short on space. This is a really great and cost-effective way to increase the amount of things that you can grow in your garden. So I hope you enjoyed this how-to in installing our 2 cattle panel trellises in our raised garden. If you're interested to know more about this epic dream raised garden that we're building out, I will link a video in the description box below where we talk about the design and the build. And if you've already seen it and you want to see more, come back in the next video when we talk a little more detail about the construction. My husband gets in a little more nitty-gritty details about the choices we made. And then also, hopefully, we will have footage of us filling all these boxes with the 22 cubic yards of soil that we bought, and that is right behind me. So come back in the next video. I don't know about this. Oh dear, oh dear.